Some places feel like they've been paused, not just abandoned, but like they're waiting for something to return. Clock stopped. Air still. Yeah, we're going there. Here are the top 10 terrifying places where time refuses to move. Let's open up the files. Let's start in northern Mexico. Inside the Mapimi Biosphere Reserve sits a region known as the Zone of Silence. And the weird thing is, it kind of lives up to the name. Radios don't work here. Compasses spin uselessly. GPS, good luck. Locals say birds avoid flying over it. The Mexican government installed research labs nearby, apparently to study flora and fauna. But conspiracy theorists believe that's just a cover. And then there's the meteorite thing. Multiple meteors have independently struck the zone, not near it, right on top of it. Some believe a magnetic anomaly distorts time and frequency here, electromagnetic interference that creates this sensory no man's land. And once you're there, a strange quiet creeps in, like the air's slightly too thick. Some visitors feel disoriented, even watched. Time moves differently, or doesn't move at all. Colemanskop looks fake, like someone built a Western movie set and forgot to take it down. Located in the Namib Desert of southern Namibia, it was once a diamond boomtown. But after the diamonds ran dry, so did the population. The desert didn't waste time eating this place alive. Now sand dunes fill living rooms. Old bathtubs sit half submerged in dust. It's been slowly reclaimed. What's eerie isn't just the emptiness, it's the frozen opulence. Ballrooms, theatres, even a bowling alley, all partially filled with sand. Visitors say walking through feels like you've wandered into a dream you can't quite wake up from. And if you listen closely, the wind whistles through the boards and broken glass, whispering something. Off the coast of Japan lies Hashima Island, known by many as Battleship Island. It was once the most densely populated piece of land on Earth, so full of life, it even had a movie theatre, schools, clinics. Then, practically overnight, it emptied. The government shut down the coal mines in the 70s. Everyone left, and now it looks exactly like it did when time stopped. Furniture still sits undisturbed, vines crawl over crumbling buildings, windows stare blankly across grey ocean. It's hard to tell what's more unsettling, the silence or the fact that it hasn't collapsed completely, like it's waiting to be used again, or hiding something behind the concrete walls. You know that town near Chernobyl? Pripyat. Yeah, it's as haunting as you've heard. What gets people isn't just the radiation, it's the human moment, frozen mid-action. Shoes at classroom desks, dolls in windows, a Ferris wheel that never touched a single child. But what really shakes people is the silence. The city was evacuated in such a hurry in 1986, nothing was ever packed away or swept up. Scientists still monitor the decay rate of organic materials there. But the thing is, organic matter isn't the only thing that lingers. Some tourists report hearing odd mechanical hums in the night. Geiger counters tick, even when there's nothing around. It's like the city is still trying to tick. Just a few seconds out of phase with the rest of us. A waterfall in upstate New York that burns. Yep, Eternal Flame Falls inside Chestnut Ridge Park features a small flickering flame rising from a crevice behind the falling water. It shouldn't exist. The flame is fueled by natural gas escaping through the rocks, but geologists argue the gas pressure isn't strong enough to sustain the flame, especially underwater. And yet it does. Always. Locals say if you stand near it long enough, you start to feel clouded, like time slows near the heat. Phones recording the flame have mysteriously shut down. Some say this is an old indigenous spirit site. Others say the flame is a natural error, left untouched, because it breaks a rule we're not meant to notice. Welcome to Body, California. A perfectly preserved 1800s Old West town, and I mean preserved. The state keeps it in what they call arrested decay. Paint peels, windows crack, but nothing is rebuilt or swept away. The town is a museum frozen in time, and it has a reputation. People who take souvenirs, even rocks, report being cursed. Letters flood back to the visitor centre every year with apologies and tales of misfortune. The town isn't loud about its ghosts, but ask the rangers. They'll tell you stories about footsteps, photos gone wrong, and rooms too cold for the desert sun. Body doesn't feel dead, it feels paused, and whatever was left behind doesn't like to be disturbed. Teetering on the edge of Colombia's Tequendama Falls is the old Hotel del Salto. Elegant, beautiful, and abandoned. It was once a luxurious getaway in the early 1920s, but now it's a ghostly husk overtaken by ivy and silence. The legend? It's drawn to tragedy. Local stories claim hundreds have jumped from the falls over the years. When it shut down, no one really fought to save it. Locals won't even look at it directly. Visitors report dizziness, cameras shorting out, time-stamped photos vanishing. Weirdest part? Even when you're alone, footsteps echo around the corridors, as if the past is pacing just a few seconds behind you. Hidden in a deep Italian ravine near Sorrento lies the Valley of the Mills, or what's left of it. Abandoned in the 1940s, the ancient flour mills and sawmills now sit drowning in green. Moss covers everything. Trees grow through the stone. There's an oppressive silence here. It's damp, humid, and the light barely filters through. Botanists notice that plant life in this valley grows at an accelerated, almost illogical rate. Some call it hypergrowth. Others think the valley is a strange natural anomaly, where moisture, angle of the sun and wind form the perfect mix. But long-time locals, they won't go near it. One said, "Some things outlive us, even when they shouldn't." Ross Island in the Andaman Sea is one of those places where modern history and the jungle decided to enter a Cold War, and the jungle won. It was once a British-powered administrative hub, had tennis courts, bakeries, all of it. Now, trees have overtaken entire buildings, thick roots burst through windows, crawl across floors, and climb staircases as if claiming ownership. Here's the eerie part. Nothing has collapsed. It's as if the earth knew how to decorate. People say visiting it feels like reading a ghost story underwater. The British left in a hurry after an earthquake, or so the story goes. But standing in the ruins, you get the feeling they left because something here wanted them gone. Deep in the jungles of Guatemala, you'll find Tikal, an ancient Maya city with pyramids and temples rising high above the trees. It's technically preserved history, but something about Tikal resists aging. Rainforests are brutal on stone. Animals, vines, water, time. It should have all broken down. But large structures sit in near-perfect geometry, and acoustics still echo across Temple 4 like they were built yesterday. Researchers found that certain doorways radiate unusual electromagnetic frequencies. Indigenous guides won't step inside some of these areas. They simply say, "It's not our time." At sunrise, the jungle goes dead quiet. Like history itself is resurfacing. Like time hasn't kept up. Thanks for wandering through the stillness with me tonight. If you enjoyed that strange, slow ride, like, subscribe and hit that little bell. Just don't expect it to work in some of these places. New videos every weeknight. Stay safe out there and keep an eye on the hourglass. That was your dose of the unknown. See you in the next file. Subscribe for more of the unknown.